Hey guys, I'm actually logged into EverlightCMS here, and what we're going to show you today is how to set up your podcast with iTunes. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on Site Settings and make sure we have all of our settings up to date. Now if you scroll down here to the bottom, you'll see we have a whole podcast setting area where you do your title, description, keywords, and you can upload your podcast image right here. Now that we have this stuff ready to go, I'm just going to quickly kind of show you where the podcasts are pulled from. So the podcasts are pulled from videos and MP3s. So for each video you add, which I'll just edit this one, you have an option that says add to podcast. If this says yes, then it's going to be in the podcast. Same goes for MP3s. It has an option for a podcast. So I discussed this in other videos, but one way you can get something just in the podcast and not on your website is by saying add to podcast yes and published, setting this to no. And this would keep it off your website but only in the podcast. And now that we know we have some files in our podcast, I'm going to show you where it's actually located. So if you go to the URL of your website, this is what we consider the base URL with nothing extra on it. We can actually get rid of that right there. And you're going to go /feed/podcast and hit enter. And this is actually the raw feed that iTunes needs to be able to put your podcast in their store. So now that we actually have this URL, we're going to go ahead and highlight that and we're going to copy it. So what you want to do is load up iTunes on your computer. And as you can see, I'm actually already signed in. You'll need to be signed in. And this is the actual main iTunes store link. So once you're here, you're going to click Podcasts. And right here on the right menu, you'll see Submit a Podcast. And basically, you can read this stuff, and there's some frequently asked questions, but you're going to paste your URL right here that we copied. We'll click Continue. And you can see here it's going to pull your image in here, and this is actually using a different image because it's pulling off a different site, but the image you have will be there, your name, as well as everything will be pretty much auto set here, and then you simply just click submit, and it's pretty much easy as that. Once they complete submitting your podcast, they'll actually send you an email and let you know it's been submitted, and you'll be able to find it in the store. Then everything basically auto updates in your podcast based on the selections that you make in Everlight. If you have any questions, just get a hold of us at hello@everlightcms.com. Thanks.